what's up guys, it's your boy Anizi with What If Naruto Was a Saiyan and Neglected Part 13. So guys, we last left off in seeing Universe 7 eliminate all the universes apart from Universe 11. After that, Goku reached Ultra Instinct against Jiren, but Toppo and Jiren used Tora and beat him and the remaining fighters apart from Naruto. So guys, let's begin. Naruto sensed Torin walking towards him as Naruto opened his eyes and was face to face with Torin. So you decided to stop being a coward and fight now, instead of hiding behind your team, Torin says. Says you, Jiren. You hid behind everyone yourself, Naruto says. Power up saying, I will show your wretched and evil kind true despair. I heard a lot about you and your race from Belmond. He told me how your race destroyed and took over planets, Torin says. You will regret saying that, Naruto says, as blue ki starts to form around him, as his hair turns blue as he enters Super Saiyan Blue. This is what I call Super Saiyan Blue, Naruto says. So you turn into a Super Saiyan Blue. I've seen that before and I've destroyed that form. How about you use the next level like Goku or Vegeta? Or do you even have one? And by the way, I know what a Super Saiyan Blue is, Torin mockingly. Naruto continued to scream as his hair spikes up and looks like it will be in Super Saiyan 2, as everybody was shocked from Universe 7. What, impossible? You can't access God Ki and transformation above regular Super Saiyan? Vegeta says. Whoa brother, you really have broken your limits, Goku says. Whis, what is this? He's as strong as Vegeta Super Saiyan Blue evolution, Hiro says. And this is what you call a Super Saiyan Blue 2, Naruto says, releasing his energy that was equivalent to Vegeta Blue evolution. This is to go even further beyond, Naruto yells as his blue energy starts to skyrocket. The energy surrounds the whole stage, as everybody could feel Naruto's aura. Vegeta and Beerus looked a bit scared but proud. Vegeta proud in a Saiyan reaching this kind of power, while Beerus proud in seeing his mortals reaching this kind of power. Goku looked in shock and awe. Gohan looked up to Naruto even more than his father now. Gine, Bardock and Raditz looked at Naruto with pride. Showed that Universe 11 scummed the power of the Saiyans. Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, Gine, Bardock and Raditz all yelled. As Naruto continued to scream, parts of the stage were starting to break down and be blown away, as blue light started to appear across the stage, making Torin shield himself to protect his vision. Grand Priest looked at awe in this mortal. He had achieved a power level equivalent to Goku's mastered Ultra Instinct form, without even using Ultra Instinct. Zeno screamed in awe as they started to cheer Naruto over and over. Universe 6 looked at Naruto in fear, as Khalifa and Kale had blushes on their face. He's amazing, Kale thought with a small blush. He's got to be the strongest Saiyan out there. The strongest in the multiverse. He's so cool, Khalifa thought with a huge blush on her face. As they looked at each other and smiled and agreed to share him. As Naruto continued to scream as lightning started to surround him. As Naruto's hair started to grow. As the wind pressure started to blow everyone back to their seats apart from Zeno and the Grand Priest himself and the angels. The light pillars started to move in circles. The ground started to break under Naruto's pressure. As the wind started to blow, the screaming stopped as the dust unveiled Naruto with long blue hair looking at Torin. And this is what you call Super Saiyan Blue 3, Torin, Naruto says. Whoa, he looks so cool, Zeno screams. Yeah, so cool, the other Zeno says. Brother, you really have ascended, Goku says with pride. Impossible, not only did Kakarot surpass me, but so did his little brother. What's wrong with me? I'm meant to be the Prince of all Saiyans, Vegeta says. His power level is equivalent to perfected Ultra Instinct or higher, Whis says. So this is Naruto-kun's power, Kale and Khalifa unconsciously said, as Bardos laughed and Champa looked in horror, thinking that Universe 7 was going to steal his prized assets. That's my son, Bardock and Gine said. Get him lit to this, brother, Raditz says. Is this the extent of your power? Maybe if you never wasted time, you could have beaten me when I was just Jiren and Toppo. But you can't beat me now, Torin says, as he charges towards Naruto. But Naruto charges towards Torin, kicking him in the balls, punching him in the liver, as he did a solar flare at Torin, blinding him. Naruto took this opportunity to draw some kanjis on Torin. Torin's sight eventually recovered. You fight dirty, you disgusting Saiyan, Torin says, a bit roughed up. Give up, Torin. It's over. I've got you now. This was all part of my plan, Naruto says. Ha 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 ha. Very funny. You got me? Never, Torin says, as he aims a ki blast towards Naruto. but Naruto does some hand signs as Torin dropped to the floor. Level 5 restraining seal, enhanced by my ki. Level 7 gravity seal, also enhanced by my ki. Now stay there as I destroy the floor and you're eliminated and your universe is destroyed. I'm really sorry, Torin. I really am, but you are too dangerous to be left to continue. Normally, my sane side would make me want to fight, but my side to preserve the people I love has won over my sane side. And also my niece is counting on me. I'm sorry, Naruto says, as he fires the ki blast at Torin, only to see Torin's power starting to leak from his body as the steel started to corrode and break as he caught Naruto's blast. That was a good but cowardly effort. Maybe I was wrong. I thought you used your power to conquer and destroy, but now I know you just want to protect. But that's not going to make me change my mind. I need to protect my universe. You would have made a fine pride trooper if you were born in Universe 11, Torin says. Torin then charges towards Naruto and punches Naruto, who blocks, kicking Torin in the face as Torin backs up and charges to 25% of his power, as he starts to land a barrage of hits on Naruto and kicks Naruto in the head. Naruto responds by kicking him in the head, but Torin never felt it. However, Naruto felt it a lot. Naruto's head was then grabbed by Torin as Naruto was smashed all over the place like Jiren did to Frieza in the final fight. And then Torin throws Naruto as Naruto depowered to base form. I'm gonna have to use that power, aren't I? Naruto says as he gets a flashback. We go back to after the tournament of power was announced, but before he got to the tournament of power. Naruto and the Saiyans went to the hyperbolic time chamber to train. Naruto got an idea, so he went up to Bardock. Yo dad, how do Saiyans control the Great Eight form? Naruto asks. Some do it through pride, others do it through love, Bardock says. Dad, can you make me a Bloodwave wall? Naruto says after pulling him to a place where it was far away from everybody else. Son, why are you attempting this? Bardock asks. Dad, please just do it. This once. Just make me the Bloodwave wall and don't ask questions. Trust in me, Naruto says. Very well, my son. Don't forget we believe in you. Remember these words as we will always believe in you, Bardock says as he makes the Bloodwave balls. Naruto's body then starts to absorb the Bloodwave as Naruto's body starts to get bigger and bigger as his energy starts to grow. Naruto was now in his Great Ape form. Naruto was slowly starting to lose control as he continued to fire blasts everywhere until he saw Bardock and he grabbed Bardock and started to squeeze. My son, you can't do this. Don't let your primal instincts take control. I believe in you. We believe in you, Bardock says as Naruto squeezed him. Is that all you have? Is that your resolve to protect? Think about Suki, Bardock says as Naruto stops squeezing. Bardock noticed this. Think about Rose, he yelled even louder as Naruto let Bardock go as Bardock flew up to his ear. And think about Yariko, Bardock yelled as Naruto's body froze. He started thinking about his family and his girlfriends. Naruto, I believe in you, Bardock yelled as Naruto remembered a specific memory. It was the day before he entered the hyperbolic time chamber, right after the stakes of the tournament of power was announced. He was in his room with his girlfriends, lying on his chest, cuddling him, as Yariko felt something when she was laying her head on Naruto's chest. Naruto, what's wrong? Yariko asked, feeling Naruto's heart rate increase. It's nothing, goes Naruto says. You are feeling something, Rose says. You're feeling fear that you might lose us, Suki says, causing us to die, Yariko says. But, Rose says, don't, Suki says. Worry, Yariko says. They all said, believe, Rose says. In, Suki says. You, Yariko says. As all together when they said this, it was, you're feeling something. You're feeling fear that you might lose, causing us to die. Don't worry, we will believe in you, was all that the girl said to him. As Naruto remembers these words, as Bardock also said, I believe in you. As Naruto's body then started to glow, and out came Super Saiyan Blue Naruto. Finally, I have ascended, Naruto says. Thank you, Suki, Rose and Yaku-chan. Without you, I'll be nothing, Naruto says. End of flashback, back to the fight. Just give up, Naruto, accept your fate. Your universe was fated to fall, Torin says. But Naruto was smiling at the memory he remembered. I too used to believe that your blood made you stronger, but as I evolved as a warrior, I encountered many who surpassed their limits, many who rose above what their bloodlines destined them to become, Naruto says, remembering how Suki, who was a Uchiha, unlocking a Rinnegan, ascending the limits of her Uchiha, which was only meant to get the internal Mangekyo Sharingan at the max power. Rose getting Sage 6 pass mode, Yariko evolving her Bakugan to the Tensei gun. Now, Torin, it's time that I teach you that very lesson. I will show you, Torin, that the training, the experience is the core of a Saiyan warrior's evolution, Naruto says. You think you can scare me? Talking about evolution, only to raise up your tail. A Saiyan's weak spot, Torin says. Torin, deep down, you know you're just a kid playing hero. I will show you what a true Saiyan warrior can do. Naruto says, turning Super Saiyan Blue as Torin screamed in rage and punches at Naruto, who catches the punch and punches Torin in the face, sending him flying back. It's true that his Saiyan's tail is our Achilles heel, but Whis removed that weakness from me. But also keeping a tail allows you to tap into the true power of the Great Ape inside, Naruto says, turning into Super Saiyan Blue 4 as Torin looks shocked at this power. Torin then throws a blast at Naruto as Naruto is powering up to Super Saiyan 4, but Naruto lets out a huge roar and a blinding blue light that consumes the whole blast, not letting them touch Naruto. The blue light dies down to reveal Naruto in a Super Saiyan Blue form. What's this power? A Saiyan's tail is meant to be the greatest weakness, yet this Saiyan used it to power up. What is the deal with these Saiyans and the bottomless power? Torin says. Torin says, get ready. This is Super Saiyan 4 Blue, Naruto says as Torin charges at Naruto, who had his back facing Torin, trying to punch Naruto, but Naruto caught his fist, firing multiple ki blasts out of his hand that caught Torin's hand, making Torin's hand bleed as the ki blast destroyed a lot of the arena. Naruto then flies at Torin with high speeds unseeable to anyone apart from the angels, and kicks Torin and stomps Torin on his face sideways, sending Torin flying as Naruto burst dashes, catching up to Torin as Naruto grabs Torin by the face, firing ki blasts, creating multiple explosions that shook the world of the void. Torin tries to punch Naruto, who teleports and slaps Torin, sending him flying as Naruto teleported again, slapping him as he repeated this process a few more times. Naruto then fires a ki blast at Torin, sending him to the ground as Naruto charges up ki in his leg and stomps on the ground below as the ground shatters, and so did a bit of Torin's bones as Naruto punches him in the guts, sending him flying. Enough, I will win. You're only delaying the fate of your fall, Torin says as Naruto lands on the ground and powers up as he charges towards Torin, realizing that he might not have much time in this form as he punches Torin in the guts, and then he redirected a punch upwards, uppercutting Torin, who was sent flying as Naruto then uses the Dragon Fist to send Torin flying even higher as Naruto teleported to Torin, grabbed him by the torso as he propelled downwards with Torin underneath as he yelled final spear, hitting the ground with so much force, using Torin as a cushion to shield the impact. Torin let out a huge roar of pain. Naruto ran out of ki and chakra as he powered down. The dust uncovered to reveal a heavily injured Torin, who looked at Naruto, who had no ki and no chakra and was on the ground. That was a good attempt, boy, but you've lost. You have no more power left, Torin says. Damn it, he's right. That's the main reason I didn't want to use Super Saiyan Blue 4. I never trained that form, so it drains all the power in my body. That's why I wanted to end this quickly, but I failed, Naruto thought. Naruto then has a hallucination of Yariko. Naruto, what are you doing? Naruto-kun, what are you doing? We are all counting on you. You know what's at stake. We're all gonna die if you lose. Now get up, Naruto. I believe that you could win, she yelled as Naruto got up. Naruto slowly got up to his feet as everyone watched him recovering from the ground, as they all watched in shock and awe because of what they've witnessed, the power of Super Saiyan Blue 4. It even outclassed most of the angels. The only person that was stronger than it of the angels was the Grand Beast himself. It's over, Saiyan. Just give up, Torin says with respect. Naruto jumps and tries to punch Torin in the face but was elbowed away. You have no power left. It's useless, just give up, Torin says, as Naruto has a flashback to the girls waving him off, saying they're counting on him, saying that they love him, and when they return, they would like to have a child with him. As he hears Yariko's voice in his head, saying, you can win this, I know it. Just try harder. As Naruto opens his eyes, as Naruto punches Torin in the face. This one landed, but Torin wasn't even phased. See, too weak, Torin says. Just give up, he repeated. Torin punches Naruto in the face, sending him flying towards the edge as Naruto looked over to see Torin just above him, I'm sorry, but for my universe, you must be erased, Torin says. As Naruto closes his eyes, seeing the fist come closer and closer to him, as he thought about the loved ones he failed. So, now you know what's it's like to be helpless. Never once have you truly been helpless. Maybe in the past, when you were neglected as a child, but you never truly cared at the time. You never had a purpose to live. Now you do. Now everything that you love, everything you built is about to get lost. You truly care. Came a voice. Who are you? I know, I failed. I admit it. I'm not invincible. I'm a failure, Naruto says. So you finally grown, Naruto. Or should I say, my child of prophecy, the old man says as he walked out, revealing his Rinnegan eyes. You're the sage of six paths, Naruto says. Yes, I am, and it seems you've bedded my daughters, Indri and Ashuri, or as you call them, Suki and Rose, while also having my sister, Yariko, as your girlfriend. Thank you for stopping this war they've had and making them love each other and love you, and also for keeping my cute little sister happy and protecting her from those stupid villagers, Hagoromo says. It's okay, but I'm gonna die, Naruto says. That's why I'm here. You see, you never had a chakra system, so when Whis made you a chakra system out of my son's Kurama's chakra, which has a lot of my chakra in it since I did create the tailed beast, I'm gonna awaken that key. Also, I sense your body is going into the state your brother did when he was about to lose, but at the perfected version in your base form, Hagoromo says. Wait, my body is going into Master the Ultra Instinct without transforming right now? It's also pulling the 6 path chakra left in your system and clashing it against your divine key, trying to create a new type of energy using nuclear fission. Similar to a tailed beast and Jinchuriki's Baron mode, but not as deadly as they don't have another entity that is clashing against another entity for control of the body of the new source, Hagoromo says. Now wake up, Naruto, and power up, and defeat this joke. Show them the true power of our universe. Show them the true power of the Saiyan with chakra, Hagoromo yells. As Naruto woke up, he dodged Torin's hit. So Naruto, you once again oppose me. I see you somehow gained back a bit of your power, Torin says. Naruto yells as he turns Super Saiyan Blue. Naruto's power level is matching my mastered Ultra Instinct in his Super Saiyan Blue form, Goku says, in shock and awe that Super Saiyan Blue was matching the power of his new Ultra Instinct mastered form. Naruto then goes to Super Saiyan 3 Blue as he glows, as he then turns into Super Saiyan Blue 4. No way, Piccolo says. But Naruto doesn't stop screaming after that. He continues to power up. Damn you, Naruto, have you really found a way to go past even Super Saiyan Blue 4? I haven't even reached that level, yet you're surpassing it, Vegeta says. Naruto's screams start to get more intense as Naruto's hair grew longer and turned silver. In his eyes appeared 2 silver Sharingans, and above him was floating 6 Truth Seeker orbs. As he screams, the entire multiverse starts to shake as random planets start to be blown up. As Zeno and his guards' eyes widen as they recognize this key. It was familiar, especially familiar to Zeno himself. They stared in shock and horror, and in pride and in awe, but mostly in respect towards Naruto. This power was all that everybody said. Naruto's energy swirled around the whole multiverse. Zeno created a barrier to stop needless destruction. Naruto then slowly stopped powering up, but Naruto sensed that his ki and chakra was growing every few seconds. This is the power of Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan 5. It's over, Torin. I've come for you. But guys, that's all for today. Peace. Peace. But guys, that's all for today. Peace. Peace. Peace.